You know, what I love about growing up at skate parks is that it actually taught me so much about life because unlike organized sports, when you do extreme sports like rollerblading, skateboarding, snowboarding, all that kind of stuff, you're really just presented with a set of opportunities, obstacles at the skate park, and you have to choose what to do with them. And the most creative and most accomplished people in extreme sports aren't just people that do what's obvious, but they find a unique way to make an opportunity out of a situation where there wasn't one before. Right? Especially when we go street skating, which is basically just doing tricks outside of a skate park, whether we're grinding or jumping or flipping or whatever. You know, when we're driving around the town looking for places to skate, your mind is trained to find opportunities. It doesn't matter if it's a back alley, if it's a nice neighborhood, if it's a bad neighborhood. We basically just search for opportunities and then find a unique way to add value to them. To even if people have already seen that opportunity before, like if somebody has seen that rail, maybe we'll grind it in a different way, in our own way. Maybe we'll jump over it. Maybe we'll go under it, right? It's a constant opportunity finding and creative input mindset. And I think that mindset is really good for business and life, because how do you start a business? You notice a gap in the marketplace, right? You say, wow, people need this thing. They don't have this thing. I could make that thing, connect the dots, and that's a business, right? You provide value where it's needed and you seek opportunities. A good business person isn't waiting for people to tell them what they want. They anticipate what people want or notice what's missing and deliver it as fast as possible, right? And you could even apply that if you're not a business owner. Let's say if you're somebody who just wants to be an employee. Okay, if you go to a place and it does not say they're hiring, if they say, sorry, we're not hiring anybody, what it actually means is that they're not growing and they need a sales team. That's actually all that means. There's no place that's never not hiring. There are just places that are stuck in their own systems and need help to expand. And until they expand, they won't be able to hire. So if you look into getting a job in an industry or a business, don't wait for them to say, we're hiring. Get to know the business. Find out what that business is missing. Provide it, become indispensable, and then they'll have to pay you to keep you because you're growing their business, right? It's that mindset. I would see it in the same place as a skating mindset, right? Like nobody's asking you to grind that rail. You just see that rail and you're like, wow, it would be kind of cool if I did it this way and jumped over this thing, right? You have to have a vision for what you want to bring beyond what's already there. That's the wisdom that I got from skate parks, and I'm really grateful for it, you know, because not only did I have that mindset, but also in the extreme sports community, it's very common to film each other. I mean, technically right now in 2023, everybody films themselves and each other with their phones, but you know, when I started more than 20 years ago, holy shit, can't believe that. I'll be 35 this year. I started when I was 10. So 25 years ago when I started skating, can't believe I'm saying that, we would just have little VHS camcorders, right? And we would all film each other doing tricks, because the only way you get to prove that you can do it, the way that you can get sponsored, right, is you would film yourself doing tricks and send it to the sponsors before YouTube, literally before YouTube. You would send an actual tape to them, or you would transfer that tape to a computer and send them an extremely low resolution file, right? But having to figure all that out in order to be successful in skating was essentially my film school. I had to learn how to film. I had to learn how to edit. I had to learn Adobe Photoshop. I had to learn how to make t-shirts. I had to learn the difference between wholesale, gross, and net profits, right? Between retail prices, between different video formats, how to color, how to get people to carry your product, how to get people to want to be in your product, right? It pretty much so much of what I consider highly useful skills in my business today, I got from my life in extreme sports. And even now that I'm getting into snowboarding, what I love about it is that it's a constant expansion of my comfort zone. A lot of times people say, you know, get out of your comfort zone. You have to do what's uncomfortable. And although it's technically true, I don't like that phrasing, because really the growth doesn't come from you leaving your comfort zone, but from you expanding your comfort zone to where what used to be uncomfortable is now comfortable. For example, you know, when you first start snowboarding, just putting them on your feet is uncomfortable. Just going down the bunny hill is uncomfortable. Just being brave enough to let go of somebody and, oh, I'm doing it. Like, that's all uncomfortable. But then once you get past that, that becomes comfortable. Then the bunny hill is now the new thing. And then you conquered that, and then the little green slopes. Then you conquered that, and then the little blue slopes. So yes, technically speaking, you are leaving your comfort zone. But the way I like to phrase it is that I'm expanding my comfort zone. It is now comfortable for me to do something that used to be very hard. And And that is another gift I got from extreme sports. I'm telling you, the life of extreme sports, at least for me, has been so beneficial. It allowed me to meet people of all different ethnicities and backgrounds and just be exposed to the world and have a sense of freedom, but also a sense of community. It is a solo adventure, but you're usually doing it with other people, and it's a collaborative competition. It's not like in basketball or in soccer where it's binary. You either scored the goal or you didn't. You either won the game or you didn't. When people skate, you want the other person to do better. You want the other people to do amazing tricks because it raises the value and the bar for everybody. You're like, wow, well, if they can do that, I should do it, right? And then you do something, and then you inspire somebody else to do it. And that's what happens at competitions. What I love about, filming extreme sports competitions, which I did for years, is seeing how each person raises the bar for the next person. It's a collaborative competition. You want to be the best you can be so that you can inspire other people to be the best they can be. And when somebody else just does something extraordinary, people don't say, oh, I guess I'm just going to give up. They say, whoo, they literally feel the energy, and then they want to be extraordinary as well. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. I'm so grateful for it, and I hope to be creating much more of that in the future. So if you like this clip, I'm going to be making a lot more of these short videos where I just talk about values that I see in the world, whether it's from movie scenes, from songs, from my life experiences. My podcast has mostly been me interviewing other people, but there are going to be a lot more clips of me talking directly to camera and just sharing what I care about. So if you like that, please hit the like button, turn on the notifications, subscribe, leave a comment below, and thank you so much. Welcome to the journey.